it is skincare time. Yeah! If you guys have been watching the K-drama Goblin and have cried in more than 3 episodes, give this video a like. I have literally cried in so many episodes now, it's not even funny. So I was gonna do this whole thing where I like used each skincare thing one at a time, but that's gonna take up a lot of time, and I'd rather just show you my Korean skincare favorites from the whole year instead of talking through it's a lot. So we're gonna start off with step number 1, and step number 1 is to use an oil cleanser. Now, my favorite oil cleanser that I use is still the Banilico Clean at Zero. I know that a lot of people really like the Hamish one better, but I haven't tried it, and I'm not gonna say it was my favorite for 2016 if I haven't even tried it. This is still my go-to, especially if I'm wearing false lashes. I put this on and my lashes just kind of fall off. If you're looking for a good substitute to this one, Laniege also has a really good balm that's very similar to this, except it's even better if you have sensitive skin, etc., because they don't put any fragrances or anything like that in it. Part of that cleansing routine, besides the balm, when I don't use the balm, I actually use my favorite makeup cleanser, and if you have been following me for a while, you know this, and that is the Etude House Lip and Eye Remover. Because who needs lips or eyes? This is just so great in removing makeup. If I have waterproof mascara on, poof, it's gone. If I put on a liquid lipstick, poof, it's gone. It's so good. This is like the 4th or 5th bottle I've bought. It's just all around probably the favorite, my favorite makeup remover I've ever purchased. Step number 2 in your routine is the second part of your double cleanse, which is using a foam cleanser, and I still love my Neogen Green Tea Foam Cleanser. It's so good. I feel like it takes off so much of my makeup and it doesn't strip my skin or make my skin feel dry. It's about 19,000 won, maybe even a little cheaper in South Korea at Olive Young, and you can actually purchase this for $19 at Sephora. It's one of the cheaper face cleansers at Sephora. I highly suggest this because it's just all around a fantastic foam cleanser. Another step you might use after this is a micellar water, and I tried the Bioderma one, I've tried the Beauty Water. You know that I love the ones from Innisfree, but this one by Dr. Jart, the Dermaclear, kind of just won me over. Now this one and the Beauty Water are both really good, but this one actually doesn't have any extra fragrances or anything like that in there, so it might be a little better if you have more sensitive skin, and it does a really good job. Often in the morning, right when I get up, I kind of skip the oil cleanser and I skip the foam cleanser because I've done that the night before, and I'll just actually run this with a pad over my face to take off any dead skin cells. After you've cleansed your face, it's usually a pretty good time to exfoliate. So I have a physical and a chemical exfoliator that are my favorites this year. My favorite physical exfoliator is the Neogen BioPeel Wine Gauze Pads. This shouldn't be a shock to you guys. If you've seen my favorites videos in the past, you know that I love this. I do. This typically runs for about 27,000 won at Olive Young in South Korea, but it's also usually on sale for like 20 or 22,000. In the USA, it's like a $27 at Sephora, which I honestly feel is still a good price because if you go onto Soko Glam, it's around the same price, but you have to pay shipping. I just love this. I love the smell, and I do like this one better than the lemon one. I do like the wine ones better. I just feel like maybe it's just that I like the grape scent better than the lemon scent. I don't know, but this one is my fave. Now my favorite chemical exfoliator is actually this one from Halaka, and this is the Smoothing Egg Peeling Gel. It's one of those gels that you apply to dry skin, and when you rub it, the dead skin starts to ball up underneath your fingers, and it's one of those, it's so gross, but it's so satisfying. This is probably the favorite one that I've tried. I've tried some from Innisfree, I've also tried some from Etude House, but none of them are satisfying as this one. Plus, the super cute Gudetama packaging does not hurt. That is adorable. Now after you have cleansed and exfoliated, it might be a good time for a mask. Typically, if you're doing a wash-off mask, you would do it before a toner. Some masks do say to do it after a toner, but those are typically the ones that you don't actually wash off because washing off the toner doesn't do as much good as keeping the toner on. So I have a few different categories. I'm gonna start with my favorite mask for fighting redness and brightening, and that is the Tomi Talks mask by Tony Moly. This is one of those masks that delivers instant results. You massage it on, wait 10-15 minutes, wash it off, and your face just looks brighter and redness is reduced. It's just a fantastic mask and super cute. Looks like a tomato. My favorite mask for moisturizing is the Egg Mousse Pack. Now, I feel like this one moisturizes, firms, and brightens, which is why I like it. I also like it because it foams up and tingles on my face. I am totally that person that loves a mask when things like that happen, but it just makes my skin feel good. Like, I feel like my skin has gotten a lot of goodness when I use this mask, which is why it's one of my favorites. So this is by Too Cool for School, and you can buy this at Sephora if you want the instant gratification of like having it in your hand. You don't want to have to wait for the shipping. I do find that Sephora marks Too Cool for School up quite a bit. My favorite dual purpose mask is still the Skin Food Black Sugar Wash Off Mask. This, I feel like, delivers nutrients to my skin and exfoliates. So what I'll usually do is I'll actually kind of use a cleanser on my face, and then I'll put this on before I get into the shower, and then I'll wash my hair, and after I've washed my hair is when I start massaging it into my skin. The sugar starts to dissolve, and by the time I have my conditioner in, I've rinsed it off and my skin just looks good and it feels good. Plus, I feel like something about the steam opening up my pores, and then the mask can get in there. I just love it. And my favorite clay mask is actually this tiny little capsule recipe pack from Innisfree. I do believe this one is the Bija and Tea Tree. Bija and Tea Tree. And this is the wash off mask. They also have a sleeping pack, which is really nice if you really feel like you have a lot of acne. This is just my favorite because I don't typically have a lot of issues with oiliness, and I find that a lot of the clay masks I've tried don't actually help control the oiliness of my T-zone, but I do tend to have some issues with breakouts, especially that time. I get them like right here and right here. Like, I think I have one right now, if you guys can see it, because I didn't actually try and conceal it today. I was just like, screw that. Put foundation on and let it be. But this is one of my all-time favorites for that. So typically after you have cleansed your face, you would put on a toner. And my favorite toner, I don't have anymore. I ran out of it right before I left South Korea. I didn't buy any new ones because I just thought in my head, though I can get toners in the USA, and I had so many samples and I regret it so much. I didn't think I was gonna love the Wonder Pore as much as I did because I didn't really see an effect when I was using it, but once I started using other toners, that's when I noticed how important that toner had been to my skin. I didn't realize how much that toner was doing for me until I stopped using it. That toner, I find, even though it does contain alcohol, which is probably the only thing I don't like about that toner, I do enjoy the fact that I find it does actually, over time, help control oil production on your face. I didn't have any problems with oily skin like at all when I was in South Korea, even in the summer. But the instant I came back home, that oil was like, we were here the whole time. So after you've toned is when you would use your serum. Now I have an essence and a serum. Essence typically are more watery and light. Serums are a little thicker, and ampoules are even thicker than a serum, which is why typically you would use an ampoule at night and not during the day. And the day is when you want more of your thinner formulas. My favorite essence is still the Time Revolution, the First Treatment Essence. This is one of those that you do not get instant results. You need to use this over time. It's the same with the SK2. Once you have been using it for like 6 months, that's when you really see a change in your skin. You see your skin improving, and then when you stop, that's when you really see the change go back and you're like, what is this? You can buy this at Target, but it's gonna put you back $49. So I still say it's cheaper to buy it online for, I think it's online, you can find it for like $30 or $33 and then pay the extra shipping on top of that, because it's still gonna be cheaper than $49. Target, that's not cheap. My favorite serum is not gonna be a surprise to you either. It is the green tea seed serum. This is also one of those ones where I didn't notice the impact it made until I stopped using it. I typically don't use this one as much in the summer because I don't need it as much in the summer, but it makes a huge difference in my skin in the winter. It really keeps my skin moisturized and soft and supple, and it prevents fine lines. It is still one of my all-time favorite serums. Another one of my favorite serums is from Etude House and is the Moistful Collagen Serum, but I'm out of it and I haven't bought a new one. That one I noticed, I think if you remember from one of my first favorite videos I ever posted, I talked about how when I used the entire set, the toner and the serum and the cream from it, that I just noticed a great improvement in my skin and I just looked younger and more vibrant and more supple and happier and all those fun words we love to hear. This brings us into the face cream, and no surprise, it is still the Etude House Moistful Cream. Now I ran out of this, but luckily I have so many of these mini samples from Etude House. Even though this one is starting to run out and I think I only have a few left now, I'm almost at the end of my supply. But on the bright side, on etudehouse.com, it's not that badly priced and you can find it for a lot cheaper and other places as well, so I think I'm gonna be okay. And before you go to bed at night, sometimes your skin needs a little extra pick-me-up, and that would be in the form of a sleeping pack. And my favorite sleeping pack is still, as in you've seen in my favorites, the Laniege Firming Sleeping Pack. I've tried the water sleeping pack, but honestly, I find that this does the exact same thing, except it firms your skin as well. The texture itself is also incredibly cool. It's like this little jelly, I don't know if you can even see it, but it's turns like a jello solid, and then you kind of have to scoop a little bit up and then you can turn it into a cream on your face. It's really unique, but I have seen like instant improvement when I wake up that next morning. My skin just looks so much better. You can also buy this at Target. Once again, the price is a little higher, but it's not as bad as they did with Misha. So if you want to have that instant gratification, head down to Target and you can pick up the Firming Sleeping Pack. If you want to get it for a little bit cheaper, you can definitely check sites like Beauty or Dulce, things like that, and you can pick it up there. Now, I didn't mention a sheet mask right after a toner, but typically if you were to use a sheet mask, you would use it after the toner because then the pH is all balanced on your skin and your skin is just ready to take in all the goodness. My favorite sheet mask, no surprise, Innisfree. It is the Innisfree It's Real Squeeze Mask in Lime. One of the bigger problems I have is sometimes my skin just looks a little dull. This is so amazing at brightening up my skin instantly, and it's only $1. I love the Innisfree sheet masks in general. I find that they work really, really well, and I have so many of them. I love them so much. These ones you do have to buy online. Definitely make sure to check out for those 10+10 deals, because then you get a little bit more for your money, which is nice. I'm also gonna go ahead and tell you the worst sheet mask I've ever tried, because I was planning on putting it in a favorites video anyway and I completely forgot. It is available here in the USA. It is available in many different stores, including Walmart. I believe it's at Fred Meyer. I think you can also buy it at Target, and that is the Yes to Tomatoes. I have tried 2 different ones and it smells like alcohol and chemicals so badly that my eyes started to burn. This is literally the worst sheet mask I have ever tried in my entire life. I mean, if the fumes in a sheet mask are so bad that your eyes are watering and tearing up, that is not a good sheet mask. That is not something you want in your face. And typically you don't want a sheet mask that has a high content of alcohol in it anyway. Worst sheet mask ever. This one is not getting used. It's getting tossed. It's going away. I'm not, like, that's not even gonna be a giveaway. I refuse to give a mask that bad to anyone. So now we're gonna get into some of the randoms. So the first random I'm gonna talk about are 2 hand creams. My favorite intense hand cream for when it's super, super dry in the winter is still the Innisfree Olive Real Moisture Hand Cream. It's just really great moisturizing hand cream, and it contains more in here than you can get at, like, what is it? I don't know how to say it. Those little tiny hand creams. This actually has a pretty good size, and it's really, really rich, and so it really does a great job at moisturizing your hands. At Sephora, typically when we're doing swatches a lot, we're also using a lot of makeup remover and or alcohol to kind of clean the swatches off the back of our hand. We're also using hand sanitizer quite a lot because we don't want to touch something and then touch someone's face. So our hands can get really dried out, and when they put this into the on the fly section of that, you know, when you line up for the cashier, there's that huge row that has all like the mini items. They put this in there. Fun fact, all of the Sephora employees would go over swipe a little bit of a sample on one of our little like plastic sample sticks and then rub it on our hands. This smells so good. It is like heaven. This one is strawberry, was it strawberry cookie and body ice cream? It's from the brand It's Skin. Oh my God. And I find that a lot of us only had to use this once and then our hands were good for like the rest of our shift. An 8-hour shift, you know, 4 hours in, you might have super dried out hands. Put this on and you're good. That's all you needed. It's so rich. Now I know it's a body one, but I find that this is a pretty small tub to put on your body. So for a hand cream, this is fantastic. And if you start using this, everybody's gonna wanna eat like your hand. They're gonna resort to cannibalism because it smells so good. Another one of my favorites, this is going to be a BB cream. It is a mix of a lot of skincare and a little bit of makeup, which is how I prefer my BB creams. And it is the one from Dr. Jart, the BB Beauty Balm. At Sephora, this is about $39. The negative to this is that there's only 2 shades. There's light medium and medium deep, but this is just my favorite. I even mix this with my like L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation and some of the other foundations I have to kind of add a little bit of the goodness from skin in it, and it's so good. So good. I find it evens out the skin tone. It doesn't get cakey. It doesn't crease. I mean, it's not super coverage or anything. It's definitely a light coverage like BB creams typically are, but it's just such a nice BB cream. Plus this one has a lot of great things in it. It's got biopeptides, it firms, it corrects dark spots, it's anti-aging, it's got SPF 45, but it doesn't have flashback. It's altogether just this fantastic BB cream. And the last one that is my favorite is this from Etude House. It is the Honey Sarah chapstick. Now I couldn't actually find my other one. It's around here somewhere. I've got like this much left. It's the best chapstick I've ever tried. So I've tried a lot of chapsticks over my time. You know, I've tried the EOS, the lip balms in the cube. I've tried the normal chapstick brand. I've tried the Fresh Sugar. I have the Bite Agave, the new one. And this is still my favorite. It's the Repair Lip Balm. I found that whenever my lips are chapped, if I just like stick it in my pocket and put it on every couple hours, my lips look so good. And if you do this for like 2 days, I swear your lips get plumper. They get bigger. I really hope that Etude House has not discontinued this and will not discontinue this, because this is such a good chapstick. And where am I gonna get my chapstick if I get rid of it? So that's all I have for you guys today. As always, if there's a specific skincare item that you loved this year, this last year, 2016, hell, even now, put it down in a comment below, because I love hearing all these things from you guys. I absolutely love skincare and I plan on looking super young forever. But I really want to hear what you've been loving. Make sure that when you mention what you like, that you also mention what skin type you have. Because if you have oily skin, what works for you is not really going to work for someone who has dry skin, and vice versa. Are you dry, normal, combination, or oily? Very important. That's it for today, guys. Yeah, so I'll see you later. Bye. It is time. I think this might be the first time I've ever done a video like this, and I'm excited. So this is my favorite Korean makeup products of 2016.